Hello everyone, this is Dragonaut and welcome back to episode 1 in Hogwarts in Minecraft. And yeah, so it's meant to be episode 11 today, but it's episode 10 since when I built this entire thing, I did 2 hours of I did 2 hours of just sound recording with no gameplay. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I will try and give it a quiet description of how I built this. So yeah, that's really annoying. So I really apologize for that. I apologize for no episode last Wednesday. It's just, these things happen. It's really annoying. And you guys might be wondering, what is in my inventory? This is the magic broomstick. And as you probably know, I have partnered up with a developer called Mr. Ansk. I will give all the links in the description. But he's an amazing developer for Minecraft. He's currently working on some data packs for the Minecraft Hogwarts world. And this is version 1 of the broomstick. As you can tell, it already looks incredible, but this is just a version 1, and so as you said, when I press F, so I put it into my kind of left hand, yeah, it's kind of glitchy for now, but it looks amazing. So as you can see, I'm kind of riding it, but then in riding guess I want to click on this, and yeah, I'm riding a broomstick in Hogwarts. How amazing is this? And it looks great, and obviously it's still in development, but this is just the kind of first prototype release, and it looks amazing. But I probably should get started on how I built this. So, I basically just extended the entire tower just up with radius 17 up until about the same height as this level right here. And then I just did some more circles, except radius 18 into this. And I did these kind of like indents in the actual build, and yeah, that's kind of what I did around the whole kind of thing. And yeah, I'm really sorry about that. We have no recording. That is really annoying. And then, luckily, I do have a replay of me building this roof. So without further ado, let's just get straight into that. Right, and now that the main tower is done, we can work on some landscaping. This has been widely requested on my Discord server, and so I'm so excited to finally turn this mess. Yeah, this isn't landscaping, is it? So I'm gonna turn this mess into a nice landscape, and to do that I'm gonna use some brushes with World Edit. So this is gonna be rather difficult if you play on Pocket Edition or console, since World Edit brushes make landscaping so much easier. And so in a time lapse I am going to attempt to explain what I'm doing, but first you are going to want to equip yourself with 3 main brushes first. So first brush I'm going to use is going to be a sand brush. So I'm going to do slash brush, and then do sphere, and then sand, and then radius 3. So that applies a sand brush like that. And then you also want to do slash mask air, so it only removes the air out of for the brush. The next one is also a brush, and you want to do slash brush cylinder, and then obviously sand, and then radius. Let's go with radius 4 and slash mask air once again. And then the third brush I'm going to be using is the smooth tool, so slash smooth brush smooth, like so. And those are the 3 main brushes I am going to use, and yes, I'll try and explain what I am doing in the replay and the time lapse. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So first I begin to kind of clear some landscape and just kind of set out our bases and what I'm actually going to be using for the landscaping. And then I take my other tools, and then I get to work with the sand. And so I use quite a lot of sand balls, and just to create the landscapes, they're really good for actually creating landscape, and I just lay them up on top of each other to actually create a kind of basis for what I'm doing. And then I continue the sand all the way in this ravine, just kind of patching up around the towers and making sure it's all kind of smooth and everything looks really nice. And obviously this is a really rough template for now, and obviously I'm going to go smooth it back later on in the time lapse. And I am kind of doing it in a kind of random order, I do apologise, that's how I build, and so I do kind of alternate between each side, but then I continue to build around the main area of the east wing and just layering on and just layering all the sides and all the sand everywhere. And obviously it looks really messy, so I need to sort that out, and that's what I'm going to be doing later in the time lapse. And now that I've based all the sand, I do replace all the sand with grass, and I do /naturalize to replace some grass with stone, but it didn't actually look too good, so I go and replace all the grass with 30% stone and then 70% grass block, and I think that looks much better. And this area looks really messy, and so I just work on using my cylinder tool this time to kind of smoothen out the landscape and try and ensure that the bottom of the ravine looks kind of flat and actually looks like a river could actually flow through here. And so I do some kind of hand sculpting and just make sure it looks as good as possible. And then I continue to use a smaller brush of size 2 along the bottom of the ravine to kind of make sure everything's smooth and everything looks nice. And then I further use some more cylinders around here just to, as I said, just to further increase the kind of shape of the landscape. And I do kind of build completely over my original build, but that's just kind of how I build landscape, and that's kind of how I've learned to do it. And obviously hand sculpting is really important with kind of small scale landscapes, since you can do so much more accurate building with a hand tool. If you're literally just building with your hand, it looks so much better than if you're using a smooth tool, a melt tool, or anything else. It just looks infinitesimally better. So let's have a look at what I've done.